welcome into this first day of mindfulness meditation practice. It's a 10-day course. I hope you have a lot of fun learning that new skill or kind of brushing and refreshing on something you maybe let go of. So, first of all, I'm Alexandra Rossi. I've been teaching mindfulness and yoga for more than a decade, and my specialty in mindfulness is to teach it to children and youth. So hopefully you have your children nearby, or you have your heart of a child, heart ready to learn new things on. Okay, so this is my meditation area. I think it's important to start with the basic, the beginning. Wait, if you want to pick up that new habit with the new year of meditating, you need to make it pretty, you need to make it pleasant, so you want to go back to it. And it's not a chore, it's not a to-do list. Oh, I'm mindful this year, I'm going to start meditating. It's more like, oh, it's actually a pleasant moment where I spend time with myself, surrounded by things I like. Alright, so for me, it looks like I have a little statue of a Buddha, I have a little salted lamp around here. If I often meditate in the morning, I have a light with a candle in it as well. And that's about it, right? Maybe a rock. This one is a crystal quartz. Maybe a ball. If you own something, that to you, reflect calm or stuff like that, bring it in, okay? Also, I tend to meditate in the way I wake up, because I wake up in the morning, so I'm in my pajamas. Often you don't need to get dressed. You can meditate before going to bed, and again, you can be in your pajamas. It's sweet. Alright, now let's talk about surrounding. Yeah, you may live in a building apartment, you may live in a big house in a fat land in the middle of nowhere. In any case, you may have some noise coming out from your neighbors, from your roommates, from the trees and from the birdies, okay? So let's just try to find a space where there is maybe a little bit more quiet than other, but being in a quiet space is not mandatory, right? You can meditate in the middle of the street of New York and be just fine, all right? So just remember, maybe if you have a space in your house where not so many people are gonna pass by, would be great. If you can close the door, yeah. But if it's not possible, well, let it be what it is, okay? So that's about noise, that's about pleasant little environment. Now you can also have some essential oil. I have found that placing that essential oil here that is filled, I think, with sandalwood and things, really helped me ground myself. So I place a little bit on my palm, or I diffuse it around me in the morning, yeah. And so that way I'm like, okay, I'm grounding myself with a scent that I like. You can take anything you want. Personally, sandalwood or orange blossoms are a good one for me, alright? The next thing, super important, it's the sitting. Yeah, like we're not all yogis, and for some of you, meditation has been maybe, no way, I'm not doing this, because you can sit for a long period of time. So I'll show you the meditation that I've learned over the years. So number one, I like to have a pillow or something under, so my knees fall on something. So for you, if you don't own one of those square pillow, maybe you own a yoga mat that you could fold into, or maybe you own a blanket, just a simple blanket that you don't mind folding and placing at the bottom. All right, that's number one. Number two, I invested in a zafu. So that's called a zafuton, and that's called a zafu. It's a meditation pillow, yeah. I really like that brand. I hope they give me money one day, because I love their stuff. It's called Brentwood Home. It's made in California. It's from Los Angeles, I think. Brentwood Home. Anyhow, it's really not mandatory. You can have anything you find. And you can also use a regular pillow. If rounded pillow don't work for you, you can have a small rectangular one. And yet again, if you own none of the above and you're like, I'm meditating for 10 days, ladies, that's all. You take a blanket, you fold it in many, and that might do that. So this is for if you want to sit cross-legged, if you can sit cross-legged. Right ankle down, left ankle down. My interest here is to have you get both knees supported. Okay, so you see my knees are not floating, they're really resting on that little pillow. This is what's needed. If you're right there, guess what? You're gonna need to place other things here. Maybe you'll fold the blanket, and so it supports your leg. And maybe you have a second blanket, or maybe it's not the same color, and you do the same on the other side. Okay? So that again is for my people that have no problem sitting cross-legged. Okay, just make sure you do the same size, both little things here, so you feel kind of grounded. So this is sit number one. Yay! What do you do with your hand in that sit? Maybe you leave them on your knees. Maybe you turn them up. Maybe you place them on your lap. And if, like me, you're kind of fidgety, and you kind of run my hand, run, you could hold your rock. That's why rocks are important. You could place a rock or a piece of wood, you know, a piece of wood here, and hold it in your palm, and that might be just what you need. All right. So, what else? What other options you got? You can also sit kneeling. For this one, I'll show you here with the pillow, but you could definitely use a yoga block. Okay. If you take a yoga block, just make sure it's on the long width instead of the tiny little things. If not, it sounds like you're wearing a G-string, and it might not be that comfortable for meditation. All right, so you take this and you sit kneeling. Both of my knees are on the pillow. Super important once more. And my ankles are wrapping the pillow behind me. Okay, so that's that. Here you go. What do you do with your hand? Maybe palms, maybe down here. I have found people sometimes complain of neck pain, shoulder pains. Guess why? Because you hold so much tension being on the computer all day long, yeah. Or maybe because you have a very stressful life and all your tension is stuck right there. So this, if it's you, you may really benefit, whether you're sitting this way or cross-legged, to add a blanket or a little something that you will fold and that you will place here under your elbows. Okay, so that's a very good support for your shoulder, neck. Alrighty, breathing in there. Check it out. We didn't meditate, and it's been already 8 minutes. Wow, first day meditation, kind of killer. Not meditating much. Okay, so those are my 2 sit I'll show today. Obviously, some of you could sit on a chair with your feet on the ground. Yeah, that sounds good. What I'm interested in the next phase is your back. Can you please make sure you're not slouching? If you're on a couch or on a chair to meditate, please watch yourself, don't be this, okay? We want to feel long and elegant. My head is coming off the screen and it's fine, right? Long and elegant right there. All right, I'll go back to my other sit and we'll take a minute sit for the day. That's what we will do. So, adjust your posture in any way that feels good. Bring your hands to your lap in any way that feels pleasant for the day. And what do we do with your eyes? Maybe you keep them open. Maybe this is what it is for you, and the environment is kind of busy and you feel like you need to have your eyes open. Or maybe you can close them. So again, opening the eyes or closing them really depend on you and how it makes you feel. If you feel at ease when you close your eyes, go for it. If you feel scared, not at ease at all, keep them open. I'll close mine for a while, like 45 seconds, and let's just breathe here. Let's just take 5 breaths, inhaling with your nose and exhaling with your mouth. Repeat 4 more times. All right, my friend. because that's the beginning of meditation.